Sky Nicholson pretty much, she looked flat to me. I don't need to make excuses for anybody. She just looked, it just wasn't the same energy. Nothing was the same. Now, Tiara Brown, I said before, I don't know if it was because of the way she fought, but if you look at Sky Nicholson, everybody, comes in and tries to put pressure on Sky Nicholson. Tiara Brown's pressure was controlled pressure. It's not like she was near throwing 80 punches around, 100 punches around. It was controlled pressure. She was boxing, but coming forward and being very smart. Now, either way, this you can't take credit away from Tiara Brown. She did what she did. She got the win. Now, it wasn't like she went in there and dominated Scott Nicholson. Like it was, oh, she clearly just destroyed her and tore her apart. Like, no, Sky's not busted up and bleeding and eyes. None of that. She went in there and she won on points. She won the fight. And I believe she won the fight. But as bad as Scott Nicholson fought, this is my point. There was nothing dominant. But she won. She says she's not interested in the Scott Nicholson rematch because Scott didn't really show her anything. Now, I'm not big on rematches unless it's like it's warranted because hey man, it was a good fight, a great fight, could have went either way, or it was just a great fight. But I don't like the fact of this. You were given an opportunity. Now, if Scott doesn't fight you, you don't have a chance to go in there and show that you can beat her, right? Now, for all the Amanda Serrano fans or anybody else or fans of any other fighter that says, "Oh, this is the one that's supposed to beat Amanda," no, this is about the woman in Sky that wanted to fight Amanda, and Sky did something that Amanda wouldn't do. She fought Tiara Brown. Tiara Brown did something that Amanda wouldn't do. She fought Sky Nicholson. You are predetermining that Amanda Serrano will beat Scott Nicholson because Tiara Brown beat Scott Nicholson. We don't know that Amanda Serrano can beat Tiara Brown. Fights are determined in the ring, as I always say, not by us telling ourselves who beat who. So, pretty much, when the guy asked her about who she wants to fight, and when he brought up Amanda Serrano, she talked about how Amanda Serrano and her friends, Amanda Serrano came watch her fight in New York, and she don't like fighting people that she are friends with because she has evil intentions. Now, she spent the whole interview talking about God this and God's plan and God this, and God wanted this for her and God, all right, whatever. God damn it, here's the deal, okay? For one, if you are in a sport to compete and you want to be the best in the division, you want to be considered best pound for pound or whatever it is, my suggestion to people would be this. If I'm fighting, I'm a heavyweight. You don't want, we're friends and you want to be champion and so do I. Stay the fuck out of my way. Because if you're a heavyweight, I'm coming to fuck you up. I won't fight my brother, my cousins, or uncles, or like, now, me, childhood friends, like somebody that I see as family, I've grown up with them type of thing. No, I'm not concerned about you calling me one of the goats or the goat. I don't, my mindset is whoever I'm in front of, I'm going to destroy them. And I don't give a fuck how you see me. People are going to love me. People are going to like me. People are going to hate me. People are going to say, this guy will beat this guy. You can go in and destroy everybody. It doesn't matter. It's always somebody want to find somebody that can beat somebody. Okay. And like I said, people love to predetermine shit. My thing is this, right? If I want to be undisputed, I come to a gym, I meet Anthony Joshua, we become friends, we get cool. I didn't grow up with AJ. And bottom line is, even still, bro, you got something I want. And you're going to have to get that shit up. Simple. Now, if it was some type of thing where I'm going through some tough times, personal life shit happens, and then, AJ's there for me to, and shit can happen where, you're not on my radar right now. AJ, I appreciate everything you've done for me. And at the end of the day, this is what we do. but I need that fight. Now, win, lose, or draw, and I'm going to win, but win, lose, or draw, just saying, the friendship doesn't have to end. It's just one of these things. This is where we are. Somebody's going to derail somebody, but we're multimillionaires, and we're in a position we can always make sure that I can always make sure you're good. You can always make sure I'm good. Nothing has to end because of. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't have the same connection with you as I have with my childhood friends. You understand what I'm saying? Now, my point is, like I said, there can be unique situations, but let's stop all the buddy system shit, man. Ain't no fucking friends in this shit, man. I mean, come on. Joseph Parker ends up so-called being such great friends with Tyson Fury, right? Look, man, according to Tyson Fury, he's known Derek Chisora far longer. Now, you claim you so close with Joseph Parker, you don't want to fight him because of the relationship. Well, damn, but you told Derek Chisora that you promise you'll give him a rematch, give him a title fight once you become champion. That wasn't nothing but an excuse to fucking get an easy win. And that's all that shit was. So why you don't see Joseph Parker the same way? Because you were holding the title, right? At the time, you could have, hey man, we good friends. Let's make some whatever. Bottom line, you motherfuckers ain't childhood friends and all that. I mean these fucking excuses, right? Derek Chisora is your dear friend, but you fought him. Okay. The Charlos are brothers, but you had people talking about they want to see them fight each other. They don't get along. They always beef and they should settle in the ring. Wow. You never heard nobody say Vitaly and Vlad should fight, right? But just saying, here's my thing. Tiara Brown, if you want to be undisputed, like she said she did, she said she want to collect belts, and let me say, Joseph Parker said he was down to fight Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury said he don't want to fight him because of their friendship, and he respects that. But if Tyson Fury ever changed his mind, hey, he would be down. Parker said that. Tiara Brown said she also want to test herself against Alicia Baumgartner. She said she can go to 22 because she came in 124 pounds, not even 126. So she said between 22, 26, and 30, she want to test herself. Okay, here's the deal. If you want to go up and fight Alicia Baumgartner at 130, cool. I doubt Alicia Baumgartner is coming down to 26. That's more than likely a fight that's not going to even happen unless you're willing to go up. Okay? But there's no title involved for Baumgartner. It's just a challenger coming up to 130. So there's really nothing in it for her unless she comes down to 126. You understand what I'm saying? You guys that was talking about Baumgartner versus Shields made no sense because they're not even in the same weight class. But y'all didn't care about the fact that at least Shields thought that they were friends. So no. Stop all the buddy system stuff. Tiara Brown. Even the words, if the words would have been spoken, hey, listen, man, I got a lot of respect for Amanda Serrano. We became friends. We're cool. But hey, we're both in the same business. We're in the same weight class. And you know what? We can share that love in the ring because guess what? We help each other make money. We help each other make history. We help each other build legacies. And definitely, that's a great fight. And I know that people want to see it. You don't have to do it the way Alicia Baumgartner did it with Shields because, for one, it wasn't genuine. It was dishonest, and it was nothing but a clout chase. You guys are already in the same weight class. So now all these fights that can't happen because everybody's friends. Man, it's like this whole buddy system, let's hold hands and sing kumbaya as we walk to the ring shit and we're friends. Hell, look, like I said before, I made a video and I talked about it. Shields are always at the fight supporting, showing love to these fighters. Shields was at motherfucking Alicia Baumgartner fight wearing Alicia Baumgartner merchandise. She stabbed Shields in the back just to use her name for clout, okay? I'm getting sick of all this shit about everybody's a friend now. Nobody wants to fight because they're friends and shit. Back in the day, I remember the Huntington Beach bad boy. What's his name? I forget his first name. Ortiz, the UFC guy. I remember when he was asked about fighting Chuck Liddell, he talked about how great of friends they are and the friendship is more important than him fighting for a title or for money and whatever. And Chuck Liddell said, man, look, he's using this shit as an excuse to not fight. I mean, we're cool and all that, but fuck that. I ain't got no friends in this business when it's time to fight, man. Fuck that. Let's go. I want the fight. And then Chuck beat his ass twice. And then the third time they fought was some years later. And then, Ortiz won that fight. But this is why I agree 1,000% with Caleb Platt, man. Ain't no fucking friends in my weight class, man. So we cool, we get close or cool or whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck, man. If you, like I said, go to Bridgerweight. Go to Cruiserweight or some shit. You in heavyweight division, man, I'm coming to beat your ass. I'm coming to fuck you up. I'm not coming to play with you. I'm not coming in there to take it light on you. It's not going to be any of that fucking, let's just go have a good boxing match and, a gentleman's match. No. Tiara Brown. It's funny how these Christians, these God-loving, God-fearing people always talking about how they have evil intentions or how they have hate in their heart. Now all of a sudden, Wilder hates everybody. He has hate in his heart now. I mean, I don't need all that shit. It's bottom line. I'm coming to break your jaw. I'm coming to break your ribs. I'm coming to break your nose, your eye sockets. I'm coming to fuck you up because this is the hurt business. Everything that I'm thinking of, you could be thinking about trying to do the same shit to me. I'm coming to win a fight. Now, am I telling myself I want to kill somebody? Yeah, like remember, Deontay was telling he wanted a body on his record, but this is the man of God. Yeah. So all that bullshit, I don't need to psych myself out with that. I know how hard I hit with both hands. I know how fast I am, in all that. So my ability, bottom line is that's what I'm going in with. My ability, my confidence, that undying will to, you going to have to kill me in this motherfucker, and I'm not dying because, plain and simple, my skills versus yours, my will, my tough, everything. I'm not playing with you. And I'm not coming in there, well, I know this and that. Fuck you, man. Listen, bottom line, I don't have to hate you to go in there and do my job. But I'm definitely not coming in there to play no fucking games. I'm coming in there and I'm coming to take names. I'm coming to whoop your ass. And I'm not taking it light on you. I mean, hey, you've seen fights where Ali, Larry Holmes, Roy Jones, and I remember Tarver did it with somebody. I forgot who he was fighting, but it's times with fighters that be telling the ref, come on, ref Sugar Ray Lynch to do, hey, like, come on, man, this dude taking the beating. I can respect that. You understand what I mean? Dude was out on this, whatever, but at the end of the day, to be honest with you, I won't even do that. You understand what I'm saying? It's no mercy in that motherfucker. And that's the fucked up part about the fighting game is that you could take somebody's life in there. I'm not coming there telling myself, I want to kill this guy. I want a body. Nah, I'm just going to beat your ass bad. You might never be the same. You might be just like Rocky. Remember in that Rocky movie? That man broke things in me that ain't never been fixed. Yeah. Bottom line, that you don't get millions of dollars to fight for fucking 40, 50K a year. You understand what I'm saying? Like, no, you get millions of dollars. They're not paying you normal job salaries. They're paying you. You getting paid. You got to work your way up, and you got to have that dog in you. That's why we always talk about that. That's why, as you get. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Once you get comfortable, and this is why, I don't think Shields meant it that way. But hey, for her own sake, hopefully she didn't. She made a comment about like people saying the softer side of her, the more feminine side. It's like, nah. See. This is what happens. Once you get to the point financially where, man, I don't even have to fight no more. Or I'm actually rich now. I'm actually, that shit is like, nah, fuck this, man. I know what I have. The way I see it, man, it's like when people get their pension and they don't touch it. But they can't work for the state no more, so what they'll do is, or the county or whatever, they'll get a state job, so they'll just work a job where they're getting paid so it don't affect their pension, and they're living off that money, and they never even touch their pension money. That type of shit. What I'm saying is because it's there, whereas you got somebody else that'll just start going through their money just because it's there, and then get to a point, damn, what I'm going to do now? The point, what I'm saying is, you see when people become rich, and they get to the point where they start to open up more, they start to become more gentle. That right there. And people, oh, no. When I get in the ring, you can say that shit. But this is where a lot of people slip. And this is where Floyd Mayweather, you always hear people say, man, one thing about Floyd, man, that motherfucker trained like he broke. Floyd, when everybody else stopped, Floyd's still going. Even if he ain't got a fight coming up, Floyd is the hardest worker in the gym all the time, right? That is a must, because for you to stay on top, you always got to understand everybody's looking at you, wanting to take your spot. Everybody. So I don't want no fuck. Listen, let me put it to you like this. If I think we're friends and then you go and do an interview with somebody and say you want to knock Aries out, or you want Aries' belt, you want that smoke with Aries, nah, that's cool. That's cool. But if I know that your punk ass is not willing to come up to my weight class and you just talking shit, I don't even respect that. And you're not going to use me for clout, and we were never friends in the first place. So therefore, if we are in the same division, I'm not going to allow you to get close to me to feel like we're friends. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to play phony with you. And we can be cool and connect and click and all that, but I will still fuck you up. So bottom line, there's no, oh, we too close to fight. Back in the day, come on, man, it happened all the time. Roy Jones was friends with Mike McCallum. He gave him a shot, and Roy went in and just outboxed him, but you could see Roy wasn't really trying to put no real hurt on him. Maurice Block and Simon Brown were best friends. And, hey, Simon Brown knocked Maurice Block out. Man, this is the hurt business. All this buddy system shit has to stop, man. This soft-ass generation of, oh, we're such friends. And, she was saying she felt sick to her stomach after she fought one of her friends before. And I'm like, man, I get all of that. But at the same fucking time, man, hey, look, you signed up for this. So if you go and you want these belts so bad, if Amanda Serrano choose to not fight you, this is my point. Are you just going to lay back and just be okay with that? Nah, Amanda, you got to cough them belts up, or we going to fight. You got to do something, because I want them. This is my point. So how are you chasing greatness? How are you chasing to build a solid legacy if you're going to allow somebody to, not want to fight you because y'all friends? Man, like I said, I ain't grew up with you, man. I met you in boxing or somewhere to where we done, we would. It's just too many excuses, man, for people to not fight. Now, she says she want to fight for titles. She want all the belts and whatever, but she said it in a way where, hell, you was up there grabbing Scott Nicholson belt before y'all fought and, trying to intimidate her and doing all this. Yeah, okay, cool. And what's the other chick named Nina, whatever her name is, that got the belt. Bottom line is, I listen to people talk. It's like y'all willing to let other fighters eat y'all food, because Sky could sit. So Amanda Serrano could pick and choose who she want to fight. She could fight certain people and still make money and hold on to the belts and not fight y'all. And there's no nothing that's going to force a mandatory undisputed fight. You understand what I mean? Y'all could just hold belts together. What if Amanda Serrano pulls some corny shit like, hey, we're too close to fight. We'll just rule the division together bullshit. Y'all both like 36 years old, 36, 37, whatever. What the fuck you waiting for? Your clock is ticking. You understand what I'm saying? I get so tired of this buddy system bullshit, man. It really make boxing suck, because in boxing is the one sport, man, where it's like more than likely if you hear something that sounds good, it might not happen. So you beat Sky Nicholson. If you're just okay with beating Sky Nicholson, then don't even want to give Sky a rematch. What if you don't get the Serrano fight? What if you don't get the Nina fight? Then what? And again, the only way you're fighting against Baumgart is if you go to 130, because she's not coming to 126. So why even bring Baumgart's name up? See, this is my point with people. You have names in your own division, but roadblock. Me and Serrano are friends. Come on, Tiara. Come on. Scott Nicholson was trying to get that fight, and yeah, it's obvious Sky and Serrano are not friends, but you might find yourself in a position where the only fight that you have on the table that's worth anything might be a rematch with Scott. Now, I agree when you say you down for the rematch if it happens that it's going to be in the States and they're going to have to get that money up. I agree with that. But at the same time, If Sky says she want to fight and she's willing to fight on American soil, and you should fight her. Because she did give you a chance. She gave you the shot. Okay, but at the same time, when you start talking about you friends with, now you're saying all this shit. I ain't heard nothing from Serrano, because Serrano might come out and say, she might, hey, yeah, me and her good friends, and, whatever, however, but if she come out and say, oh, I want that smoke, I tell you what, Amanda Serrano fans is not going to be as nice to you as you're being to Amanda. So you better understand. You talking about how you felt sick to your stomach when you fought your friend. You better get that dog in you right now. The same way you had it for Sky Nicholson, you better start looking at Amanda Serrano, realizing, hey, you know what, we cool, we friends and all that shit. But like, I mean, are y'all hanging out every weekend? Is she spending that at your house? Her family know your family. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all coming up with this, we friends, because the motherfucker is they came to your fight. She might have came to the fight whether you was fighting. Now, who knows? I don't know, and I really don't care. But once again, if y'all could sit here and try to make some big deal about, little ass Alicia Baumgartner fighting Clarissa Shields bullshit, and they're not even in the same fucking weight classes, there's no way in hell that anybody listening to this video or just on your own thinking should not understand, hey, he's right. Y'all are fighters. What's all this buddy system shit? Stop the buddy system and fight. I get so sick of hearing fighters say that shit, man. Oh, me and such good friends, and we're this and we're that. Then they like, oh, remember when Andre Darrell, or whichever Darrell brother was like, yo, Caleb Plant weird, man. Yo, this motherfucker don't like, yo, he don't talk to people. He don't this, and what that got to do with you? Remember all that shit he said, then went and then got knocked the fuck out, right? So then he said all the shit just to sell a fight. And I'm like, that's some cornball shit though. Like, why the fuck does it affect you who somebody talks to? And Caleb said, I'm not friends with none of you motherfuckers, man. We in the same weight class. I'm not friends with nobody. I'm in the same weight class. Why would you be? Here's the deal. I'm going to take a job where I beat the shit out of people for a living. They want to beat the shit out of me. I'm going to go make friends with somebody that might be a possible opponent one day. You in my weight class, we're not friends. And bottom line, like I said, if we are friends or we cool or whatever, then either you go to a fucking Bridgerweight or stay the fuck out my way. But if you got something I want, I'm coming for you. It's simple. We're friends. It's buddy system bullshit. So for Tiara Brown, hey man, salute to her and congratulations, because she went there and she won. But once again, it wasn't a dominating performance. But you definitely did win the fight. No doubt. No doubt. Just understand, like I'm telling you. You talk about racism that you dealt with in Australia. You talk about racism that you dealt with openly, and how people was, nasty about shit. Yeah, okay, cool. What you think you gonna deal with Amanda Serrano fans? Like I said, your friendship with her, you're not gonna get that same type of love that you saying you get from her fans. Yeah, because she got a bunch of racist fans too that do the same type of shit. They shit on everybody else. You look at the comments. I read the comments. I see the videos that people make. I see the favoritism. Just like the commentary team was definitely showing favoritism towards Sky. And I thought that you won by a bigger margin than what the scorecard said, but it wasn't dominating. You understand? It's like, for example, when Alicia Baumgartner beat Michaela Mayer, right? I had her beating by 2 rounds. But she edged those rounds out. Now, I'll let Alicia Baumgartner tell the story. I dog walked that girl. No, you really didn't. You pulled it off, but there was no dog walking going on. If that's what you consider dog walking, then that's what you did. Okay, if that's what you consider it. But I know what that means when we say we dog walk somebody, and that's not what happened. But that's the way Tiara Brown is speaking, as if she went there and just destroyed Sky Nicholson. Like, nah, you won the fight, but no. It wasn't that. And trust me, you can fight in the States, in your hometown. I'll guarantee you Amanda Serrano will have more fans in that building than you will. And if you read comments and hear people talk, the only fucking thing that you might get from them is the fact that you're praising Amanda Serrano and talking good about her. that they might not hate you as much as they might hate somebody who's just bold and say, fuck it, let's rock. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck. See, I'm the type of person when I walk in the room, I don't give a fuck about who like me or don't. I don't come in there like I want you to like me. You understand what I'm saying? That's not who I am. So I know there's a bunch of haters out there. And I'm used to that shit. I know how it goes in life. So when I hear people talking about, oh, that's my friend, we're so close and we did like nah. And one thing you gotta always understand about people is they always put their country before anybody else, and they put their countrymen before anybody else. Which means as close as you think you are to somebody, they'll be like an example. And then this is fact. And y'all look, the real ones know this shit. You can know somebody for decades of your life. Somebody can meet a person from their country. They don't know this motherfucker but 6 months. And they will do everything for that person from their country that they know for 6 months that they'll do for you. And they know you 20 fucking years or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So my point is, it's not about a segregation thing. It's not about a motherfucking us versus them thing. But it will be with her fans. Point what I'm saying is, those are weaknesses. Those are weaknesses. My point is, if I had to fight AJ and me and AJ was mad tight, and let's say I couldn't stand Tyson Fury, when I'm across that ring looking at AJ, I'm looking at him the same way I look at Tyson Fury. Do you understand what I'm saying? Ain't no, man, that's AJ. No, man, I ain't grew up with you, man. Like I said, we ain't, come on. And even if we tight, if you trying to take food off my plate, money out my pocket, you trying to get that bigger brass ring, do I expect you to be looking at me like, man, come on, that's Aries? If you are, you even more fucked, because I'm not looking at you like that. I'm looking at you like I'm fucking you all the way up, man. It's just as simple as that. You fuck around going in, you hold back on somebody, and they fuck around and knock your ass out, or you get injured in the fight or something. They take advantage of your injury or whatever it may be. Now you sitting in, man, I should have took that motherfucker out. It's like back like a couple like last year, me and my son was watching this movie, and it was the type of shit, man, where this dude was a complete lunatic, man, and this chick, she figured him out. And she pulled a gun on this motherfucker and gave this motherfucker a chance to put his hands up and walk away. And then that motherfucker came back for her and her family. And you know what that motherfucker yelled out to her? You should have killed me when you had the chance. Exactly. So I don't come at that motherfucker with no weaknesses, with no softness. Oh man, nah, man. You signed up for this shit. You know who you know who and how I am. You know what I am. You fucked up. Because we coming in this motherfucker to go to war. It's as simple as that. Stop this buddy shit. Stop all this. We're friends. We're friends. We're friends. We're friends. We're friends. Come on, man. You. Look. If everybody's friends, they gonna pick and choose who they want to fight then. Because we friends, we can't fight. You go to the gym, the same gym. You gonna mesh with people, y'all gym mates, y'all stable mates, whatever it may be. What the fuck does that mean? Because you PBC or some shit, we can't fight each other because we PBC. No, motherfucker, bro, this is business. I don't understand, y'all. I really don't get that shit, man. I don't, man. Even Mike McCallum, when he told the story about Marvin Hagler came up to him, and they're not even friends, but he said that Marvin had a guilty conscience, obviously, because he said, I think it was at maybe at a Hall of Fame show or something, or some type of award show, some type of event they had. And he said that when Marvin saw him, he said Marvin kind of cut his eye, but didn't look directly at him. But he said that Marvin comes up to him and said, hey, Mike, man, how you doing? He's like, I just wanted to tell you, listen, man, I always respected you. He told him, Marvin, how you respect me when you wouldn't fight me? This is how we make money. You understand? This is how we make money. You go fight the Beast Mugabe, but you respect me. This is what you do. Hey, AJ, what's going on, brother? Hey, listen, man, look. You got that WBA? I got that WBC. Let's make history, man. Let's go out there and do it. And if somebody's going to make that money, I'd rather it be somebody I know. Hey, you understand? Let's go make this money, man. Now I'm gonna beat your ass, but yeah, let's go make this money. Somebody got to do it. Nah, I can't fight AJ, man. You know we too cool. When did you meet AJ? I met AJ in 2025. Yeah, we was and then we just been cool ever since. Come on, man. I like I said, I don't have to dislike you to come and whoop your ass. But I guess this is the climate we in because of the way everybody talk and everybody want to make storylines and everybody want to jump in front of a camera and talk about a bunch of shit and all of a sudden everybody's such great friends, man. Well, stop making friends with people in weight classes that more than likely you're going to fight in. Because if that's going to keep you from fighting, well, you're denying the fans fights that, hey, fight fans, this is what you pay to see. Don't fucking open up a restaurant and say, all you can eat buffet seafood house. Then we go in there and you tell us y'all don't have no damn seafood. What the fuck did you advertise it for then? Same thing. Why'd you come into the hurt business to, oh, we're friends, and we're friends, and we're friends. And I tell you what, I guarantee you this, and you got to understand, Tiara Brown is no big star. She beat Scott Nicholson, but just like when Bevel beat Canelo, he didn't become no big star overnight. People was bitter because they wanted Canelo to win, And him doing what he's doing in the light heavyweight division, he's not sticking around waiting for Canelo to make a decision. Do you want to fight me or not? No, he wasn't even worried about him. He went in there and fought Bevel, had to get refocused because he lost the first fight, come back and won the second one. And this is what we do, man. This is the hurt business, and these motherfuckers from the same country. It ain't about friends or not friends. This is just what this is the business we're in. What is wrong with y'all, man? I don't understand this shit. You worked hard to get where you are. Now you got the belt, and you will be the underdog against Amanda Serrano. All the odds will be against you. People pretty much will look at your win against Scott Nicholson, but you still will be the underdog, and people will want you to lose. You have a very small fan base, period. And you will have a very small fan base compared to Serrano's fan base. And y'all could go the distance. And let's say you won, but they gave Serrano the decision. Don't you know if you fucking said, well, they gave her the decision, but I definitely feel like I won that fight. Serrano going to feel some type of way. Her fans are going to feel some type of way. Her racist fans are going to feel some type of way. And you want to know what? The very woman that you so cool with now, y'all might not even be cool no more after that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So now, the competitive edge is on her side because you know what? Y'all not cool no more. And I already got a decision over you. You talking shit, making excuses. Well, you said that, Scott Nicholson was making excuses when she was saying she, wasn't herself in there and this and that. You don't respect that. But to be honest with you, even people that don't like Scott Nicholson was saying she just didn't look the same that night. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, she definitely looked flat. She don't look as fleet of foot as she used to be. Her movements wasn't none of that shit. And there's not nothing that you was doing that was so, oh, I never seen this before. That's why I said you were coming forward with the pressure, but it was controlled pressure where, she didn't look like the Sky we normally see. Now, like I said, I'm like, I don't know how much of that was what you were doing, but looking at what you were doing, it looks to me just, I don't know, she just looked flat. But hey, for you to say that, then whoop her ass again. But you already put that out there, that you don't have any interest in fighting her again. And the interviewer said, well, what if they offer you like way more money? But again, and like I said, that's cool, more money and on American soil. I get that, no problem. And you're right, you the champ now, not her. So you got the right to make that call. But at the same time, my point that people better understand, those little weaknesses about my friend, don't trust me, that shit will be exploited. I always said, man, what if one day Joseph Parker's in a position where he's not where he should be physically, mentally, and then Tyson Fury come to him and tell him, hey, man, Joseph, I want to help you make some money, man. We'll set up a fight. And Joseph Parker will be grateful, not realizing Tyson is only doing this because right now you're vulnerable and you have a respected resume, and he'll be able to say that he beat you too. See? Like, I don't put it past him. I don't know that he will or wouldn't. I wouldn't put it past him. But what I'm saying, Joseph Parker would say yes, but Tyson Fury was, nah. You see, at the end of the fucking day, though, if you're willing to let somebody else eat your food, If you're willing to hold back and not fight certain people to be understanding because you like this person, this is why, like I said, look at Keyshawn Davis and Shakur. I said, yo, Keyshawn is going to have to do what Tank won't do. And that's fight the guys that people want to see him fight. If he beats those people and him and Shakur is cool, right? What is he going to say? Oh, Shakur, I can't fight you. You my friend. Well, y'all in the same fucking weight class. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So if you here to fuck around and play, or you here to fucking fight? Because at the end of the day, that's my whole point, man. And if your mentality, if any fighter comes into the fight game thinking, all right, I'm here to just fight, make some money, but it's just no real rhyme or reason. I'm just here. You're a stupid person because you're not going to make big money doing that. And to be honest with you, there's easier ways to fuck your body up, quicker ways to just end it instead of going into a profession where it's brutal, it's violent, and you can lose your life in it. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to come in this motherfucker ready. Shit happens, and like I said, man, we don't put it to you this way. If I know you, I definitely don't want to hurt, damage, or kill somebody that I love. But even somebody who I don't know and don't really care for, I don't want to kill them either. I don't want them to walk around with Parkinson's either. I don't want them to walk around the rest of their life something wrong because of what I did to them either. But this is the business that we're in. So my point is, me holding back and feeling grieved could cause it to happen to me. You understand what I mean? Stop the buddy system and fight. It's real simple. Now, we just wait to hear what Amanda Serrano's response is going to be. We wait to hear what Alicia Baumgartner's response is going to be. And I don't mean a response to just respond and talk shit. No, I mean, do you motherfuckers want to fight or not? Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.